I will admit that this is gonna be a bit of a weird video and mostly a compilation of the incredibly cringy stuff that is going on in this movie. So I dedicate this sacrifice to all the people who love Megamind and were definitely not gonna watch the second movie and the spin-off series like I did.
Oh, absolutely not. No! God, please, no! No!
Welcome back to Torn Apart, and today we're doing something quite fun. I promised it a couple of weeks ago. I'm talking about Megamind 2, the Doom Syndicate, and also the TV series Megamind Rules. These two things came out almost a month ago on Peacock. Almost no one has heard about it, and if people have actually heard about it, they've only produced memes.
DJ, put another stanky groove in my pocket.
Nothing else. Everyone agrees that this is the most disgusting thing to ever come out in our, well, not cinemas, in our homes. And now we're here to tear it apart because I'm a Megamind fan and everyone in this channel is a Megamind fan as well, because as you can see here, we kind of have a lot of things in common.
You, sir, are extremely bald.
I was actually supposed to dress up as Megamind today, but the shop that I usually go to purchase my weird costumes and makeup and stuff is actually closed on Sundays and Mondays, and those are the days that I use to make the wonderful videos that you see here. So that is the reason why I'm not blue today, but try to use your imagination because I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be the best thing that we can take out of this entire experience. I don't really know exactly why they decided to make a new Megamind movie, especially so late, almost 13 years after the release of the original movie, if not even more. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on at DreamWorks recently because this is disgusting at every kind of level.
You're in my personal space, bro.
Oh, well, excuse me for swimming.
I don't think that was a sincere apology.
It's not.
Both of you clam up. Fishy, fishy, fish. Making it stinky.
And I'm gonna go deep into it, whether it is the script itself, whether it is the animation style, or even the fact that there is literally no one from the original voice cast coming back to the role and you can really hear it. Honestly, these are the most bland performances I've seen in quite a long time. They're trying to sound like the original movie, but the result is kind of like a B version of it.
What? He's a horrible which nobody can deny, because he's now their evil overlord and they're likely to receive an unusually cruel punishment.
No more Tina Fey, no more Will Ferrell, and of course Brad Pitt was never going to come back. But we could have hoped, right? In case you're actually curious about this movie, here's a little bit of a synopsis. When Megamind's former villain team, the Doom Syndicate, returns to the city, the newly crowned blue hero must keep up evil appearances until he can assemble his friends to stop his old teammates from launching Metro City to the moon. And when it comes to Megamind Rules, every single episode is trying to vanquish a new villain, and the Doom Syndicate, like, they literally break out of prison in the very first episode, even though we spent the entire first movie trying to put them back in prison. It makes no absolute sense. Oh, did you know that the Megamind Rules thing is like a sequel to the second movie? So you actually have to watch them in that order. There is no way no one else is doing that besides myself. I watched 5 episodes of Megamind Rules out of 8. To be honest, it was actually not as bad as the movie itself, but it is to do mostly with the fact that it's a TV series, and I kind of have way lower expectations when it comes to TV shows, especially when they are animated and of course when they're aimed at children. So like the entire concept of Megamind Rules actually works, and even when it comes to the low budget that they put into the animation style itself, just because of the fact that it's a TV show, you're gonna forgive it way more than you would for a long feature. I feel like we have to talk about it, right? I mean, I could literally create a PowerPoint presentation explaining why this movie doesn't work on so many different levels, but I feel like it's way funnier if we just go through a lot of different clips one after the other, because I can't sit here and cringe by myself. I have to do it with my friends and fans.
Name, please?
Megamind, defender of Metrocity. I'm kind of a big deal.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Deal. Your name's not on the reservation list.
We start almost exactly like a couple of days after the original movie, and that is already an incredibly weird choice because it doesn't really allow Megamind to kind of like mature as a hero and even to have any kind of new character development and things to work on, mostly because you can't create a lot of interesting stuff happening in just a couple of days. It's just so incredibly unbelievable. If we have to talk about the side characters as well, the people who are working with Megamind, they are so boring.
Diplomacy! Oh, I'm so sorry, chum. I didn't know it was you. Big fan, by the way.
Wonderful to meet you.
And they're literally wearing the same clothes throughout the entire movie, and that bothered me quite a lot. I don't know why it bothered me that much. It just felt like this movie was created by AI. This is the most AI looking movie I've ever seen, and you could really tell when it comes to the side characters and the dialogues that they gave to them. There is one that I really need to talk about. We need to talk about this character here because she kind of represents everything that we hate about Gen Z representation. She's awful. She's just...
It's cool. My generation was born tech savvy.
Really? Then I suppose this is one of those smarty pants phones with a calculator built right in.
Okay, wow, that proves you really need my help.
What is happening right now?
I don't even know how to describe her. Her name is Keiko, and she's basically like a podcaster slash influencer, and she wants to help Megamind to work on his public relations and his social medias. She basically wants to turn Megamind into a weird social media influencer slash superhero, and I don't really know exactly why. Maybe when you think about it, like since he's a villain, and maybe there's a lot of people who still perceive him as a villain, it would be interesting to work on his brand so that everyone can be on the same page when it comes to his new identity slash persona, his new goals in life and stuff like that. But at the same time, I would have never managed that it would have looked like this. It would have been so incredibly annoying. And also, if this is supposed to be almost a day-to-day sequel to the original movie, how can we talk about social media in the same way if this came out in the 2010s? It makes no sense. Honestly, like they're trying to adapt TikTok generation kind of stuff with a movie that is not even taking place in that universe. Maybe they're trying to use the fact that this is a superhero movie so nobody really cares about the chronology, or maybe nobody even remembers when the first movie was taking place. But I was sitting there being like, this is so weird. Like they transformed Megamind into a bit of a boomer, but an annoying boomer, not even like a fun boomer.
Megamind just saved yours truly from becoming a human vegan pancake. For more awesome saves, click like and subscribe.
How about new?
And I can't even remember if Megamind was portrayed like that in the original movie. I mean, Megamind was always kind of cringe, mostly because the original Megamind movie, like The Incredibles did it before it, it was a satire, it was criticism of the superhero genre overall, so it made sense that the heroes and the villains were kind of like pastiche, and they had big personalities at the end of the day, which hid quite a lot of the nuance and of their personality and their goals and stuff like that. And now we're sitting here being like, Megamind is actually incredibly annoying in this movie and I don't want to watch him.
If you feel that strongly about me feeling strongly about it,
I feel strongly about you feeling strongly that I feel strongly about you feeling strongly.
I'm just... Which... Knock, knock. Who's there?
And I don't want to see him progress in his mission at all. Same goes for all of the other characters following him. We're still talking about this will they, won't they love thing with the other journalist, and Chum has kind of like rebranded himself at this point, and he's given a bit of a side mission so that he can work on himself as well, because Megamind hates him at this point. I feel like if I watched almost Megamind 1 and 2 back to back, Megamind 2 would work even less than it works right now. Thank God that I didn't, because it already didn't work for me. I gave it, I think, at 0.5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. There was nothing enjoyable about this. Even if you look at the animation, it's kind of insane how the streets of the city are so empty. They keep reusing characters as well. Characters that are basically gonna appear with certain dialogues within certain scenes, and they're gonna reuse them as background characters later on. But the problem is this: we are in a metro city, we are in a big big New York style city with probably like thousands or if not even millions of citizens. So there is no way that the same kind of people would be appearing throughout the movie, especially when you're destroying the entire city once again. The character of the mayor as well, so incredibly cringy.
I don't know what to do! Nobody told me marrying would be so hard.
Honestly, everyone is cringy in this movie. Just look at the poster of this movie. There are some people online who actually transformed it into a PS3 kind of game jacket because that's exactly what it looks like. Just look at the Doom Syndicate. They're so incredibly cheap.
I can't move.
Wow.
Even the idea behind their powers and their personality, it's so boring. It's kind of like if they try to mix like The Incredibles and Shrek when it comes to the representation of these villains. Like they pretend to be incredibly evil, but at the same time, it is really clear that they are pretending. There is this knight guy, for example, who loves teddy bears, and his powers are basically working with shadows and obscurity, and he has a deep, almost like Dark Knight voice.
Aren't you forgetting someone? The master of nightmares, the Duke of Darkness, the broken nightlight in your cold bedroom. Sit and tremble as you gaze upon the frightening sight of Lord 99.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
You could really tell what they're trying to make fun of basically with every single character. Another one that kind of looks like The Thing. Another one which reminds us of Storm from the X-Men, but people keep making fun of her. And there is this entire joke that goes throughout the entire movie about who is the actual leader of the Doom Syndicate. And they keep repeating this over and over and over again to the point that it's just not funny.
You are not the leader, it is moi!
No, Megamind gave me his darkest blessing.
He told Behemoth leader should go by height and girth.
I'm the leader! Are we really gonna keep arguing this point?
We are!
This is another thing that we have to hate about this movie. It's just not funny at all. Like, honestly, this video here is probably funnier than the entire movie.
Oh, if it was a prank, then why are you sweating?
Sweating? Who's sweating? Blast you, sweat bead! Don't do this to me! Go back from whence you came!
Oh my god, that was so funny!
And if you're laughing, you're definitely laughing at the movie, not with the movie, just because it's so incredibly bad. It kind of reminds me of like the Winx. It kind of reminds me of those kind of cartoons that came out in the early 2000s with really bad animation, which still managed to work overall just because they had an interesting story. But this movie doesn't really have that. I mean, this movie is so incredibly poorly animated to the point that the physics of the entire movie don't work. There is a moment, for example, where there are these villains who are trying to steal like this kind of jewel fish that is sitting in this aquarium, and they basically make holes in the aquarium and they have water coming through these holes, but just the amount of water coming out of these giant aquariums does not match at all. And there are a lot of like weird physical problems like this when it comes to the animation style, and you're just sitting there being like, you literally have to be brainless. You literally have to be a toddler to watch this movie and not have a lot of questions about how everything works.
Playtime's over. Not sure we're going to beat these guys with sporting equipment.
We just need to buy chum time.
And I also think that in this movie, and even more in the series itself, Megamind is not really cool anymore. I feel like Megamind was still cool in the first movie, even though he was a bit of a pathetic hero. And so it's really sad to say that this new sequel and this new TV show, they're literally destroying the character of Megamind to the point that you don't really like Megamind anymore, and it's definitely hurting its legacy. So if I can give you an advice, just don't watch the movie and definitely do not watch this series because they don't bring anything to you if you're a fan of the original movie. In fact, they probably make it worse, and that's so sad. This is exactly what used to happen with direct-to-DVD sequels. This is literally a direct-to-DVD sequel that no one should ever see, and that should be forgotten as fast as possible, to be honest.
What in the name of King Tut's cat collection is going on here?
TV show kind of has exactly the same problems that the sequel has. It just has a little bit more of it at time and a little bit less just because of its format, because it's 30-minute episodes, so you don't focus on the main storyline at all, just because as soon as you start questioning certain things, the episode is already over and you're moving to something else. I can give one positive thing maybe is the title sequence from the series. It's actually quite good, it's quite catchy. That is the only positive thing I can say about this entire experience, and of course making this video because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be so fucking funny.
Wait, what's with the fake beard? You look like a sad blue wizard.
But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, here at the bottom as usual I'm gonna be putting all the other videos on my channel which are talking about approximately the same topics as the one that I did today, and here at the top I'm gonna be putting the thumbnail of the video that I'm working on currently that is gonna come out in the next 2 weeks. Don't forget to smash the like button, because every single time that you do that you slap the animators who worked on Megamind 2.
Can I count on you?
Who probably were forced to work on Megamind 2, because I'm pretty sure that as an animator you wouldn't be comfortable in 2024 to release something like this. I mean, DreamWorks is just going down the drain. I can really tell why they want to stop producing their own movies and they just want to distribute them. I could really tell that they're just tired of taking these kind of weird risks. But anyways, I'm Patrick and this is Torn Apart.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!